In our first two sessions, we discussed the ideal scenario. We talked about clear greetings, perfect posture, and the rhythmic flow of active listening. We built a world where the connection is clear, the client is calm, and the information flows like water. But the real world is rarely ideal. The real world is friction. The real world is a client who has been transferred 3 times before reaching you. The real world is a bad cellular connection that sounds like a thunderstorm. The real world is a customer who is not just confused, but angry. It is easy to be professional when everything is going well. Anyone can be polite to a happy customer, but your reputation is not built on the easy calls. Your reputation is defined by how you handle the hard ones. Welcome to Video 3, Managing Difficult Situations. Today, we are going to build your toolkit for de-escalation. We are going to look at the mechanics of friction. We will learn the precise etiquette of the hold, the strategic protocol of the warm transfer, and the psychological framework for handling anger. We are going to turn you into a heat shield. When the stress level rises, you will be the one who brings the temperature down. Let's start with the common source of irritation, the hold button. To you, the hold button is a tool. It gives you time to think, to research, or to ask a colleague a question. To the caller, the hold button is a prison. When you put someone on hold, you are removing their sensory input. They are left in silence, or worse, listening to a repetitive loop of elevator music. In that silence, seconds feel like minutes. Anxiety builds. They wonder if you have forgotten them. They wonder if you are actually solving their problem or just grabbing a coffee. Most people handle this poorly. They say, "Hold on a sec," and then they click the button. This is a command, not a request. It is abrupt and dismissive. To master the art of the hold, you must follow a 3-step formula. You need permission, reason, and duration. First, ask for permission. This gives the client a sense of control. Second, give the reason. This reassures them that the delay is necessary for their benefit. Third, give the duration. This manages their expectations. Do not say, "Hold on, I need to check something." Instead, say, "To get the correct answer for you, I need to pull up your file from the archive. May I place you on a brief hold for about 2 minutes?" Analyze that sentence. The reason is to get the correct answer. You are doing this for them. The duration is 2 minutes. They know exactly how long they will wait. The permission is, "May I?" When they say yes, they have agreed to the wait. They are no longer victims of your timeline. They are partners in the process. And here is the golden rule. If you say 2 minutes, you must be back in 2 minutes. If the problem is taking longer, you must return to the line and say, "It is taking a little longer than expected. Do you mind holding for another minute, or would you prefer I call you back?" Never leave a caller in the dark. Darkness breeds anger. Closely related to the hold is the transfer. We have all experienced the cold transfer. You explain your complex problem to an agent. They say, "I need to transfer you to billing." Click. You wait. Someone new picks up and says, "Hello, how can I help you?" And now, you have to explain the entire story again. This is the fastest way to destroy customer loyalty. It tells the customer that your internal communication is broken. It tells them that their time is not valuable. You must never do a cold transfer. You must always perform a warm transfer. A warm transfer is a relay race where you pass the baton, not drop it. Here is the protocol. Step 1. Tell the caller what you are doing. Say, "I am going to get you over to Sarah in the billing department. She is the specialist for this account." Step 2. Place the caller on hold and call Sarah yourself. Do not connect them yet. Speak to Sarah first. Say, "Hi Sarah, I have Mr. Jones on the line. He has a question about invoice 404. He is a bit frustrated, so please take good care of him." Step 3. Connect the caller, but do not just drop them. Introduce them. Say, "Mr. Jones, I have Sarah on the line. I have briefed her on your situation, and she is ready to help. By doing this, you have bridged the gap. You have saved the client from repeating their story. You have endorsed your colleague. You have turned a bureaucratic hurdle into a white glove service experience. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the angry caller. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe the company made a mistake. Or maybe the caller is just having a terrible day. When someone is shouting, your instinct is to fight or flight. You want to shout back, or you want to hang up. You must do neither. You must use the L.A.S.T method. L-A-S-T. Listen, apologize, self, thank, L is for listen. When someone is angry, they are emotionally flooded. They cannot hear logic until they have emptied their emotional tank. You must let them vent. Do not interrupt. Do not tell them to calm down. Telling an angry person to calm down is like throwing gasoline on a fire. Just listen. Use your verbal nods. Let them run out of energy. A is for apologize. This is tricky. You might feel you didn't do anything wrong, but you are not apologizing for the mistake necessarily. You are apologizing for their experience. Say, I am sorry you have had to deal with this frustration. Or say, I apologize that we dropped the ball here. Validation diffuses anger. It aligns you with them against the problem. S is for solve. Once the emotion is drained, you must pivot to logic. You need an action plan. Say, here is what we are going to do to fix this. Move them from the past, which is the problem, to the future, which is the solution. T is for thank. This surprises people. Why would you thank someone who just yelled at you? Because they gave you a chance to fix it. Most unhappy customers just leave and never come back. This person stayed on the line. Say, thank you for bringing this to my attention. It helps us improve. This closes the interaction on a high note and restores their dignity. Finally, we must deal with the machine itself. Sometimes, the line is just bad. There is static. There is an echo. The call drops. This creates awkwardness. If you keep saying what, the caller feels like they are speaking poorly. You must handle technical issues by blaming the technology, never the person. If the line is breaking up, do not say, you're breaking up. That implies the fault lies with them. Instead, say, the connection is very bad on my end. I am having trouble hearing you. If there's an echo, stop the conversation immediately. Say, I am getting a bad echo on the line. Let me hang up and call you right back to get a clearer signal. Take charge of the technical quality. Do not suffer through a bad call. It leads to errors. It is better to redial and have a clearer conversation than to be polite and misunderstand the order. Let's recap. Friction is inevitable, but friction does not have to mean failure. When you use the art of the hold, you treat the caller's time with respect. When you use the warm transfer, you create a seamless experience across your company. When you use the L.A.S.T method, you transform anger into loyalty. And when you manage technical difficulties with confidence, you ensure accuracy. These are the skills of a master communicator. You are not just answering the phone. You are managing the emotional and logistical flow of business. This concludes our three-part series on mastering the business call. You now have the greeting. You have the active listening skills. And you have the crisis management tools. The next time the phone rings, do not just pick it up. Perform. Thank you for listening.